Hi, I'm Jackie, and this is Brooke, and this is a core strengthening yoga flow. If you like today's class, please check out my other YouTube classes or head over to yogadownload.com and check out my library of classes. This particular class is designed for more of a seasoned yoga practitioner. So if you've never taken power yoga or any yoga before, please take a class before you take this class, just so that you don't feel lost during it, because I'm going to cue to more of an intermediate level. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Come to a child's pose on your yoga mat. So come to your hands and your knees, and take your knees wide towards the outside edges of your yoga mat. Lower your hips down towards your heels, and then reach and stretch your arms forward in front of you. Take a few moments here before we start our flow, just to get still, just to get really grounded, and to find and feel your breath. The beauty of yoga and this class is that we don't really generally use anything but our bodies to become flexible, to become strong. And why? Why do we want to become strong? Well, because when we feel stronger in our bodies, we feel stronger in our lives. Same goes for freedom and flexibility. When we find that freedom and flexibility, we feel a little bit more free and less rigid in our lives. Today we'll find a balance of both with a little bit more of an emphasis on strength. So I invite you just to tap into the strength that's already within you. Let go of any expectations and just focus on how strong you are. And the more you do this class, the stronger you will become. Take a very big breath in, fill up your lungs all the way, and then exhale, let it out. One more time, breathe in really deep, and then exhale, let it go. From here, make your way onto all fours into a tabletop position. Stack your shoulders above your elbows and your wrists, your hips above your knees. If you're on a hard floor and you need to, you can pad your knees by folding your mat in half, whatever works. From here, we'll start with cat-cow breathing. Lift your chest, tilt your tailbone up and look up. And then exhale as you round your spine, pull your belly in and let your head and your neck just fall. Inhale, slowly lift. Look up towards the ceiling. Exhale and round, really lifting the middle of your spine up. One more time through, tilt the tailbone, lift the heart, look up, and then exhale as you round and squeeze in. From here, just find a neutral spine, a long back, and then reach your right arm forward and extend your left leg straight back. Really reach through your fingers, reach through your toes and your back leg. This posture fires up the innermost muscles that surround and connect to your spine. So it's firing up the core right away. Take a big breath in. We're going to take it further now. As you exhale, take your right elbow to your left knee underneath your body and round the middle of your spine up towards the ceiling. You may wobble a little, no worries. We're still just waking up these muscles. Hold here. Release, reach forward and back to spinal balance, finding length, and then tabletop position. Other side, reach your left arm now forward and extend your right leg straight back. So you're reaching forward and back simultaneously with equal effort. Hold here, take a breath. And then as you exhale, take your elbow to your knee underneath your body, rounding again the middle of your spine up towards the ceiling, and just hold through the shaking, hold through any wobble, stay present with your breath. And release forward and back. You reach left arm forward, right leg back, breathe in, and then release back down to tabletop position. From here, downward facing dog. Curl your toes, send your hips right up towards the ceiling. Walk around or walk your dog a little bit, move around, just bending, straightening one leg and then the other. And then press your heels down towards the yoga mat so that you feel the stretch towards the backs of your legs. Find length in your spine. It's more than okay here to bend your knees if you need to. Press through the pads of your fingers and the insides of your hands and press the mat away from you to awaken. Take a few breaths here in your down dog just to help warm your upper body, to release your lower back. Full deep breaths. Now from here, inhale, lift onto your tiptoes. So we're stretching, lifting. Exhale, press your heels down towards the yoga mat. 2 more times of that. Inhale, lift onto your tiptoes. Exhale, press your heels down. Again, inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, press your heels down. As you inhale, either hinge or round roll forward to a plank position on your yoga mat so that your shoulders stack above your elbows and stack above your wrists. Very important to keep pressing through the pads of the fingers here to protect your wrists. You're welcome to drop knees down if needed. You're awakening your core muscles, all the deep muscles within your body as you hold. 3, 2, press up and back, downward facing dog on 1. Settle into your down dog for another breath. Stay with it. From here, take a breath, and then walk on the exhale, walk forward towards the top of your yoga mat for a ragdoll position. So separate your feet hip width distance or wider. Melt your chest down towards your thighs. Make 2 fists and rest your fists in each opposite elbow crease. Now just hang down here, let your head melt down, relax into the pose. You're welcome to sway if that feels good to you. You're welcome to bend your knees if you need to. We have to make each posture work for our bodies, and all of our bodies are so very different. Melt in 1 more breath. And then release your arms down. Just let them hang, let them dangle. From here, you can keep your feet where they are. Inhale to a halfway lift. So that could mean hands for on shins to you or fingertips to the floor. We just want to find a very long spine, keeping their shoulders back. Take a breath in. As you exhale, forward fold. Bow all the way down, melting your chest in towards your thighs. As you inhale, roll up to standing. No rush to get there. And then you have a choice. You can bring your feet hip width distance apart with your toes pointing forward, or you can bring your feet all the way together to touch. It's whatever you're used to in your own yoga practice. But press down evenly through all 4 corners of both of your feet. Keep your shoulders pulling back. As you inhale, mountain pose, reach all the way up towards the ceiling. Feel the length and the space through the sides of your bodies. Take a full breath in. As you exhale, take a side bend over to your right. You can take your right hand to your left wrist and lean, or your right hand can come down to the outside of your right thigh. It's your choice. Inhale, come all the way back up to mountain pose. Exhale, lean over to the left. Left hand can grab right wrist as you lean, or you can rest left hand down. Inhale, reach up to mountain pose. Forward fold on your exhale. Just slowly bow down, melting your chest towards your thighs. Fold in deep. Inhale, come up halfway, lift, find length in your spine. As you exhale, bring your hands to the mat, step back, plank pose. We're gonna hold a plank pose for about 10-15 seconds or so. If you need to, you can drop your knees down to the mat. It's your choice always. Do what you need to do. While you're here, squeeze your inner thighs towards each other without actually moving them. Squeeze your shins in towards each other without actually moving your feet, just so that you can activate legs, so your whole body and your deep core muscles are kicking in. Take a breath here. Drop your knees down to the yoga mat, and then bend your elbows, lower your chest all the way down to the mat. Bring your thumbs right in line, almost with your nipple line, in preparation for cobra. Hug your elbows in. We'll start with a low cobra. So as you inhale, lift your chest right up off the mat, only using the strength of your back body, so we can get those muscles fired up. Take a breath in here. As you exhale, release, lower all the way down. Good. From here, press up and back, downward facing dog. Full breaths in your down dog. Take an inhale. Exhale, let it go. From here, inhale. Exhale everything, look forward. You can either jump or step to the top of your yoga mat, whatever you're used to or whatever you want to do here. Come up halfway lift, and then forward fold, bow all the way down. Inhale, rise up to mountain, reach your arms over your head, stand tall with your breath. Exhale, side bend over to the right. We're flowing with our breath now. Inhale, rise back up to mountain pose. Exhale, lean over to your left. Inhale as you rise up to mountain. Forward fold on your exhale, melt all the way down. Inhale, come up halfway, lift again. Exhale to plank. Step back, shoulders right over wrists here. Engage everything. Now we're gonna move into our first chaturanga. You probably know how to do these, but I'm gonna cue you through this first one a little slower. Hinge forward so you're almost on the top of your big toes. If you need to, your knees can drop down to the mat. Slowly bend your elbows without letting your shoulders go below your elbows at all. You're going for a right angle or above that with your arms. Upward facing dog or a high cobra. Draw your shoulders back, unlock your elbows, and stay with your breath. Good. Downward facing dog, lift your hips up. You're welcome to skip a chaturanga in this flow by holding plank and then going right to downward dog, or you could skip that flow, or you can do them on your knees. Honor your body though. Inhale, lift your right leg up high from here. Bend your right knee, open up your hip, and keep pressing through your hands, especially the inside of your hand as you do this. Keep your right shoulder down as you lift. From here, straighten your right leg and now lower your right hip down. Lift it as high as it will go. Breathe in. As you exhale, bring your knee in towards your chest. So really bring your knee into your chest and then hinge forward so your shoulders stack above your wrists. Inhale, lift your right leg up high as it will go. As you exhale, step forward to a low lunge on your yoga mat. As many steps as it takes to get there. Stack your right ankle right underneath your right knee. So we want the joints in alignment. From here, rise up to a crescent lunge. Reach your arms up and over your head. In your crescent lunge, make sure your feet are hip width distance apart. That's going to help you feel more stable. Lengthen through the sides of your body and draw your shoulders slightly back. Hold here for a few steady breaths, just so that you can warm your body. You're starting to feel the heat. We're starting to slowly build heat. Now, we're gonna balance a little bit. Do the best that you can with this transition. Take a breath in. As you exhale, bring your arms by your side, but draw your left knee into your chest as you balance on your right foot. Look up at the screen if you need a visual. So you're basically in what we would call a one-legged mountain, but your arms are by your sides in this variation. Shoulders are back. Left ankle right underneath knee. Waking up core here, waking up our balancing muscles. Full breaths. Now, carefully step back to crescent lunge on your inhale. Step your left foot way back, reach your arms up and over your head, and take all the time that you need to do that transition. Take a very big breath in here. As you exhale, a vertical twist now to the right. So your left arm comes forward and your right arm comes behind you. If this doesn't feel so good on your body, you can take your left hand to the outside of your right knee and your right hand to your lower back, whatever works. Inhale, come back up to crescent lunge, reach your arms over your head. Exhale as you open up to warrior two, Virabhadrasana 2. So you're bending into your front knee. Make sure your right knee stacks right above your right ankle. Feel free to lengthen your stance if you need to. Find length through the sides of your body. Relax your shoulders just a little bit. Just gaze past your fingertips. Stay a few moments just to feel the warmth and the heat continue to build in your body. Find your strength. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Reach your right arm up and then back. Your left hand can just lightly rest on the outside of your left leg. Square your chest all the way to the side, pulling your left shoulder back, pulling your left rib cage back. Now just breathe, reach, and feel. One big breath in here. As you exhale, chaturanga. Hands to the yoga mat. Step back slow and bend your elbows. Upward facing dog on the breath in and downward facing dog through your breath out. Again, it's more than okay to skip those chaturangas if you need. As you inhale your breath, lift your left leg up high. Now from here, bend your left knee, open up your hip, and then steady your shoulders. So you really want to drop left shoulder down, stay rooted. Now straighten your left leg, draw your left hip down a little so your hips are square to the mat, and breathe in. As you exhale, take your left knee in towards your chest. Hinge forward so your shoulders stack above your elbows and stack above your wrists. From here, inhale, lift your left leg up high, feel that stretch. Exhale, step forward to a low lunge on this side. Stack your left ankle right on top of your left knee and rise up, crescent lunge. Lengthen through side bodies again, pull shoulders back, and just settle into the hold of your crescent lunge. Finding strength, finding length and freedom. Take a full breath in here. Now, as you exhale, pull your right knee to your chest as you bring your arms down by your sides, finding balance. It's okay if you waver a little or if you lose your balance, no worries. Especially on the first pass, it's a good chance it might happen. Shoulders back, right hip down, stay with your breath. From here, crescent lunge, step your right foot back, reach your arms up and over your head. Breathe and lengthen. Take a moment just to find your crescent lunge again. Take a full breath in. And then a vertical twist now to the left. So right arm goes forward, left arm goes back. Again, you're welcome to take your right hand to the outside of your left knee or your left hand to your lower back instead, whatever feels best for you. Inhale, rise up to crescent lunge, arms coming up over your head. Feel that stretch. And then as you exhale, warrior two, open to the side. We won't be here too long, but if you need to, you're welcome to straighten your front leg for a moment and then bend it again. Keep shoulders back, arms just right next to the body. Breath deep. Press your left knee out to the left. And then from here, as you inhale, reverse your warrior. Right hand comes to the outside of your right leg, left arm up and back. Keep this a side bend, so right shoulder pulls back a little, right rib cage. Reach up, maybe back. Breathe in. As you exhale, chaturanga push-up if you want one. Knees can always come down if you need. Cobra or upward dog, and downward facing dog on your breath. Inhale here. Exhale, let it go. We're gonna flow now through that to create a little bit of heat. Inhale, lift your right leg up high. Exhale, bring your knee in to your chest and give it a squeeze. Inhale, lift your right leg up high. Exhale, step forward, low lunge position. Rise crescent lunge on your inhale. Left knee to chest, arms by the side on your exhale breath. Inhale, step back to crescent lunge, left foot back, arms come over your head. Exhale, twist vertically to your right, left arm forward, right arm back. Inhale as you rise back up to crescent lunge. Exhale, open up to warrior two, settle in. Reverse warrior on your inhale, reach up and back. Exhale, chaturanga push-up if you want one. If you don't want a chaturanga, you just go right back to downward facing dog. Up dog if you're flowing, and downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left leg up high. Exhale, bring your left knee into your chest, hinge forward, shoulders above wrists. Inhale, lift your left leg up high. Exhale, step forward, low lunge. Inhale, rise to crescent lunge, arms rising. Exhale, right knee to the chest, arms by the side. Yes. Inhale, crescent lunge, step back, reach your arms over your head. Exhale, vertical twist to your left. Inhale, back to crescent lunge, arms come up and stretch. Exhale, warrior two, open it up to the side. Inhale, reverse your warrior, reach up and stretch back. Exhale through your chaturanga flow, your high to low push-up, or skip it and go right to downward dog. Up dog on your breath, and downward facing dog through your exhale. Take a very full breath in. Exhale, let the breath go. Another breath. Exhale, let it go. We're gonna flow through that one more time to create more heat, more strength, more balance. Do what you can. Inhale, lift your right leg up high. Exhale, bring your knee in towards your chest, shoulders above wrists. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, step forward to your low lunge. Rise to crescent through your breath in. Exhale, left knee to chest, arms by the side, balance. Inhale, back to crescent lunge. Step, reach, and lengthen. As you exhale, twist vertically to your right. Spine stays upright. Inhale to crescent lunge, reach and lengthen. Exhale to warrior two, open it up. Reverse warrior on your inhale, reach up and back. Exhale through your chaturanga flow if you want one. Try not to let your shoulders dip below your elbows. Up dog or cobra, shoulders back, and downward facing dog through the exhale. Left leg up, breathe in. Exhale, bring your knee into your chest and squeeze it. Inhale, left leg comes up high. Exhale, step forward to low lunge and root down. Rise to crescent through your inhale breath. Exhale, right knee to the chest. Balance on your left leg, arms by your sides. Inhale, back to crescent lunge, just the best you can without judgment. Exhale, vertically twist to your left. Inhale, back to crescent lunge through your breath. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse your warrior, reach up and back. Exhale, through chaturanga flow. Watch the height of your shoulders if you're doing a hovering chaturanga. Up dog or cobra on the breath in, and downward facing dog through your breath out. Take an inhale. Exhale, let the breath go. From here, drop down to your knees, have a seat on your yoga mat. We're gonna work the abs. Remember that the core isn't just your abs though. Even when we balance and flow, we are working the core, okay? Core is abs, it's the innermost portion of your spine. It's basically like from your knees all the way up to your chest. So we're gonna stimulate the front of our bodies. We're gonna start here with eagle crunches. So go ahead and lie on your back. Wrap your right leg over your left leg, just like if you were seated in a chair crossing your legs. You can just cross at the knees. If you're able to, you can cross your ankles, like Brooke here if you're looking at the screen. Now take your hands and bring them behind your head for support. Or you can take eagle arms, wrapping your right arm underneath your left arm, crossing at the elbows and the wrists. You do what's best for you and your neck. Take a breath in here. As you exhale, come up into a crunch. Now I'm gonna ask you just to hold. Hold and lift through the chest. Engage the muscles of your deep pelvic floor. So those low, deep muscles, we wanna keep those engaged. Now squeeze your inner thighs together and really try to lift. Stay for a breath. Now release and just lower down most of the way, but you don't have to come all the way down, and then come up and crunch again for two. Now lower down slow, and then come up and crunch again for three. Lower down slow. We'll do two more. Squeeze and lower. Come up and then lower down. Release. We're gonna take the other side. Take your left leg now and bring it over your right leg. And this is also called twisted root, which is a name that I really like. Take your left arm under your right, or you are more than allowed to take your hands behind your head and support yourself here. Now, engage your pelvic floor muscles. We want to squeeze. It's almost like a Kegel for women. Okay, you want to pull everything in. Squeeze your inner thighs. Now come up as you exhale. Squeeze it together. We're going to hold this first one. Really lift the upper body. Squeeze the inner thighs. Stay with it. Now slowly lower it down. And then come up nice and slow. Squeeze and lower on the inhale. And come up. Squeeze. And lower. Come on up, pull it in, lower. Shaking is normal. Last one, come up, give it a good squeeze, make it strong, and then lower all the way down. Release. Full body stretch, reach your arms up and over your head. Stretch your legs out in front of you. We can come up for boat pose, Navasana. So come up to your seat. You're gonna sit right on the bones underneath your butt, okay? Bend your knees, take your hands right underneath your knees and lift one foot and then lift the other. Tendency in this pose is to kind of round forward. We want to lift the chest. Now tip forward just slightly so you're more on the bones of your butt instead of your sacrum. And you might not be able to feel those bones, no worries. We just want to tip forward. Now pull your shoulders back, lift the very center of your chest, your sternum, and your chin away from your chest. Stay here or reach and stretch your arms forward. Okay, if that causes you to shake, no worries. Stay there or straighten your legs as you find your full boat. You just go wherever your body can go. Breathe here and hold for 5, for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release your feet down to the mat. Space them hip width distance apart. Take your hands and bring them behind you for reverse table. You're going to bring your fingertips pointing just slightly forward. You're welcome to turn your hands out a little bit. Press through the pads of your fingers. Now lift your chest first and then lift your hips. Good. Press through all 4 corners of your feet as you lift. Keep pressing down through the hands and the pads of the fingers. Go ahead and release. Lower your hips all the way down to the yoga mat. From here, any way you would like to get there, make your way to downward facing dog again. Fingers are wide. Hips up. Take a moment just to rest, to decompress your spine in your downward facing dog. Take a big breath in. Exhale, let that breath go. Look forward, either jump or step to the top of your mat, whatever you prefer. Inhale, come up, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, bow in. Chair pose, Utkatasana. Bend your knees, sit your hips back and down, and reach and stretch your arms up. Now bring the weight mostly in your heels, so I wouldn't even be able to slide a piece of paper under your heels if I tried. Make sure you're sitting in a stance here, or a depth that feels comfortable. We don't want to force our hips to the mat. Eagle on the right side. Wrap your right arm underneath your left, crossing at elbows and wrists. If this is too hard for you, you can instead grab each opposite shoulder instead. Wrap your right leg now over your left leg, just like you did on the ground. If you're able to, you can hook your foot behind your calf muscle, but you don't have to. Draw your right hip back so that your knees point directly to the center. Now take a breath in here, best you can. As you exhale, fold forward so that your elbows come towards your knees. If you're falling all over the place, no worries. The more you do this class, the stronger you'll become. Now rise back up to eagle. These are like standing eagle crunches. Now fold it back down. Now rise back up. Let's do one more. Fold. If you fall, it's okay. And then rise back up. Come to mountain. Bring your feet together, reach your arms over your head, and just feel a stretch. Just own it. Yes. And then from here, bring your hands to your heart. Sit your hips back and down. Utkatasana. And then you're going to reach your arms up and over your head once again. Good. Left arm swings under the right, so eagle arms. Wrap your left leg over your right leg. Now, knees here tend to shift and hips tend to shift. Point your knees directly in front of you so you pull your left hip back slightly. Take a breath. Feel the length. As you exhale, let your torso come towards your knees as you fold down. Yes. Now come up slow. That's it. It's okay to fall. I know this is hard. And then fold slow. Let your breath move your body. Come up again. Feel the length in the opening. We have one more to go, and you can do it. Fold. And then rise up, eagle. Mountain, feet together, arms to the sky. Breathe, reach, and stretch. And then take your hands to your heart. Honor where you are. Find confidence where you are. Inhale, reach your arms up and stretch to the sun. And then forward fold, bow all the way down and melt your chest in. Come up, halfway lift, and then from here, plank pose. We'll move from here into Vastisthasana, side plank. So shift the weight of your body into your left hand. You can drop your left knee down, or you can keep both legs straight, stacking one foot on top. So you would stack your right foot on top of your left. Or if you need to modify this, bring your left knee down to your yoga mat. From where you are, reach your right arm over your head as you find your plank, side plank, okay? Hips can be up, but you don't have to jam them up, okay? Watch for hyperextension in your left arm. You want the tiniest bend in your left elbow, okay? So we're not locked out there. Breathe and hold. It's okay to modify. You will get stronger each time. Release your right hand down. We'll move right into the other side. Shift the weight of your body into your right hand. Make sure your right wrist is right underneath your shoulder and not in front. And then left arm comes high. We don't want the hips sagging down towards the mat, but you really don't need to jam them up and make some rainbow shape with your body either. Okay, feel the length, feel the strength. Again, watch for locking out or hyperextension in your right arm. Now, reach your top arm over your head. Finding a little bit more length in this pose. You're doing great. Stay with it, be with it. Another 3. Find and feel your strength for 2. and then 1. Release your left hand all the way down. From here, press back to downward dog, and we'll only be here for a few moments. Take a full breath in, let it go. Drop down to your knees and have a seat on your yoga mat. From here, bring the bottoms of your feet together for cobbler's pose. And lengthen through your spine. Take a breath in. As you exhale, just fold forward over your feet. Close your eyes. Your hands can hold your feet, or you can walk them in front of you, really whatever is better for you. Take some deep breaths in and out. Let any tension go. Let it all dissolve. And then release. Lift your chest up. Pull your knees in. We'll do one more reverse table. So separate your feet hip-width distance apart. Take your hands behind you. Now, before you lift your butt off the mat, look up and lift your chest. Pull your shoulders back. Then lift your bottom up off the yoga mat so that you feel that deep stretch through the front of your body. Full breaths. Squeeze your inner thighs towards each other. Stay with it. And then release. Lower your hips all the way down to the yoga mat. Lie on your back. We'll take a figure 4 stretch here. Bend your knees in towards your body, also called eye at the needle. Take your right ankle in front of your left knee so that your right knee goes wide. Take your right hand through the hole you've made with your legs. Grab inner hamstring, or you can bend your knee more and you can grip on the top of the knee, whichever you prefer here. Just a little glute stretch after our lunges to loosen you up. Release and switch. Take your left ankle in front of your right knee and pull your right knee into your body. This is a great way to help release or relieve low back tension as it loosens your glutes and your hips. Just pull in and feel all the sensations of freedom. And release. Bring both knees in towards your chest. Give it a big squeeze. One spine twist for our last active posture. Bring your knees over to the right side at the same time. Gaze over your left shoulder. You're welcome to take your right hand and press your knees down if you want, or you can just cactus your arms, whichever you prefer. Twisting will help you keep the range of motion in your spine that you already have, as well as create more mobility, perhaps. Bring your knees back up to center and shift them over to your left now and look over your right shoulder. And just settle into your final spine twist. It doesn't take much really to ignite us, to get our inner fire going. And that's what we worked with today, is really our fire, our belly, that third chakra area. Come back to center as you bring both knees up towards the ceiling, and then stretch your legs out in front of you for your final Shavasana. Arms by your sides, close your eyes, and just get comfortable. It's very important to take and practice a Shavasana after every class because it grounds your energy. You did a lot of compression today, a lot of strengthening, so now you just kind of let all the blood flow through your body. Let all the healing come. Let your chi and your energy just move through now. And give yourself this chance, this time, just to truly plug in. Now let go here of judgment. Let go of ego. All that can come with the third chakra area. Find confidence in where you are. Trust. And lie here for the last minute or so of Shavasana, just surrendering. Never skip this pose. Take a deep breath in and let it go. I'm going to leave you here in Shavasana for you to stay as long as you would like. Thank you so much for joining us today. If you liked this class, there's more classes available on my YouTube channel, as well as at yogadownload.com. I have over 50 classes available on that website. Thanks again, have a wonderful day, and namaste.